Well, hello good folks, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy G Kev back at you with another video. It's been a while, but I'm going to show you one of these winter favorite dishes that I love to cook, and that's stewed chicken and rice. Let's get rolling. What you're going to need, of course, is the star of the show. Some tenderloin chicken breasts, skinless, just the ones I use. Some olive oil. I like to work harder. I like to work smarter and not harder, I'm sorry. I got some onions and celery already cut up with a little bit of parsley in it. Couple things of chicken broth. I do unsalted because you're going to add some salt to it as you go along in preparation. Some chicken bouillon. I prefer white rice with this dish. Just a little bit of flour. We're going to show you how to use that later on as well. And some black pepper. Super simple ingredients, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get started. We're going to start by adding a little bit of salt and pepper. Forgot to tell you to add some salt. I'm using Himalayan salt. Just put salt and pepper on both sides of the tenderloins. Season them real well, get some flavor to it. Like I said, season both sides. Take it over to our pan, which is getting nice and hot. We're going to saute these for about maybe 5 to 6 minutes on each side and set them aside. We're going to cut them up into chunks and let them rest while we get our broth together. Let's say you want to lay them in. I'm using this little bit of olive oil. Lay your tenderloins in there. They cook them for about maybe 5 to 7 minutes each side. Hope I can get them all in here. Should be able to. Give them a nice flip with the other side. They're going to cook more in the broth anyway, but you still want to cook them thoroughly through. May need to add a little bit of olive oil as you go along, but you gave them a flip. Now they're going to go for 3 to 5 minutes on that side. All right, folks, they're ready. I'm going to set them on another plate so they can cool, so they can be diced up into small chunks. The next step is to get our broth going. Super simple, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, you want to switch out this top. Move over your pan here, or whatever pot you want to use. I'm not going to cook a lot. not cooking on that. May last a couple days. You want to start off by Putting the chicken broth in. And for everything of chicken broth, what I do, I usually refill them with water. Each one. And just take one of them and fill them up twice with water to add to the broth. That's one. That's two. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I had to switch out my pot to a bigger pot because when I had my chicken and my rice, the other pot was a little bit too small. So, got my broth in there. Again, I refilled it twice. To get the seasoning, get your chicken bouillon. I usually start out with just a tablespoon for right now to get it boiling, and add more to it once I get everything in there and taste it. Get that boiling. While this is getting ready to start to boil, I'm going to add my onions, celery, and parsley in about maybe 3 to 4 minutes. Alright, while I'm waiting for my broth to get up to temp, I got my rice started over there. I'm using 3 cups of rice for now, and once I add it to the broth, you can determine if you need any more rice, but usually I'll just start with 3 cups of rice for every 2 boxes of chicken broth. So that's going, you cook the rice according to the box, of course, super simple. Be adding my celery and onions to my broth in a few seconds. Alright, time to add the celery and the broth. It's about a cup of each, give or take. No, it's about a cup of each. Cup of celery, cup of onions. Add that in there to give it a little bit of flavor. Give it a nice stir. Now you can give your broth a taste test right here to actually see if you right on point with your. Yeah, see at this point, add a little bit more chicken bouillon, another teaspoon, or tablespoon, I'm sorry. I'm gonna hold off on adding more until I put the chicken in it because the chicken is seasoned, so the chicken will also give the broth a little bit of flavor. So I'm gonna let that go, let this boil. In the meantime, while this is getting boiling, I'm gonna cut up my chicken. All right, I have cut up my chicken tenderloins. They will cook beautifully, by the way. Again, 3 to 5 minutes on each side. Cut them up into chunks. Time to add the chicken to the broth. This is probably by far the most time consuming part of this dish is cutting up the chicken. Only took about maybe 10 to 15 minutes, something like that. Give that a good stir. Let that go for about 5 or 6 minutes or so. I got my 3 cups of rice ready. They cooling on the side over here. Super simple ingredients. Again, all of the ingredients is going to be listed in the description below. We off and rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Almost done. Alright folks, time to add the rice. Again, this is 3 cups. I'll determine if I need more once I stir it all in. Again, of course, it's depending on how much you're making, but this usually lasts me and mine's about, depending on how much we eat it, you can get about 2 to 3 days out of it. And if you don't eat it in 2 to 3 days, you can always freeze it and reheat it. This is 3 cups of rice. Get that incorporated in there. I may add another cup just to kind of fill it out. And then I'm going to show you this special ingredient that my mom told me to use to get the nice color of the chicken and rice. Right now it just looks like a soup, which is, normally what you'll call it, but I'm going to show you this trick that my mom showed me. My chicken and rice would never be as good as hers. And if you're watching this, Mom, I'm giving a shout out to you. Love you so much. Yeah, I think I'm going to cook another cup of rice and add it in here. And then I'll add the flour mixture to it. So that's what we're going to do. All right, folks. Adding that last cup of rice in, which will make it 4 cups for this pot. Yep, perfect. Filled out perfect. As I mentioned, this next step to give it a good consistency, I got from my mom. It's just 3 tablespoons of flour with some cold water. It's going to give it a nice color and it's going to give it a thickness. I'm going to pour these 3 tablespoons of flour and cold water in the broth. And again, that should give it a proper thickness. Stir it up. You see the color changing a little bit already. Again, I'm starting with 3 tablespoons. And again, if I need to add more, I will. I added it and I'm going to cover it up and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Oh yeah, see that flour and that water give it a nice color and consistency. That's what you want. See, that's not as thick yet, but like I want it, but 3 tablespoons of flour with some cold water.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, came out great, perfect. See got the nice consistency. You know what time it is. It's time for the taste test. Great dish for the winter, for those cold nights. You can feed your children, your kids. Took about maybe an hour and a half to prepare. Real simple. Give me a bowl, put some in here, and give it a taste test. All right, here we go. As you know, probably I tasted it during the process, but when everything's together, you want to give it a good stir, nice and hot. Here we go. Oh, feel the warmth already. Delicious, delicious. Again, the ingredients that I use is gonna be in the description below. Oh, I gotta go on enough for another one, ladies and gentlemen. This is so good. Again, a nice, perfect winter dish, fall winter dish when it get a little chilly outside. Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks for tuning in to another session of Cooking with G Kev. To all my subscribers out there, I missed y'all. I'm back. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And I'll see you on the next video of Cooking with G Kev.